Greetings, Rigil Agateiades here, and today we have a mobile suit that I wanted to talk about ever since the introduction of the Kikeroga in GBO2, but never got the chance to because nobody plays space matches. This is the mobile suit that plays just like the Kikeroga, the 400 cost raid type, Psycommu system Zaku. And as a raid type, look at that damage! With overwhelming firepower on the 5 fingers, we absolutely annihilated that Dom Barrage. Survival after that not included. Now, before we get to the performance of this new type machine, let's clarify something first. While it's called the Psycommu system Zaku in-game after translations, its proper name should be the MSN01 High Mobility Type Psycommu system Zaku. This should not be confused with the original Psycommu system Zaku, better known as the Bishop. Another thing you should know is that it doesn't just fight like the Kikeroga in GBO2, which is the Brawl in the original anime. This mobile suit in fact has the same model number as the Kikeroga. Just not the Kikeroga we all remember now, but this Kikeroga. Don't feel bad if you've never heard of it. Long story short, it's cut from the original anime, so it never appeared in anywhere but unaired episodes. In fact, it probably even came before this high mobility type Psycommu system Zaku was a thing. So this mobile suit we have today is this Psycommu system Zaku that is not the Bishop, that is the Kikeroga, that is not the Brawl. Okay, screw all of that, just take our wired arms. Names aside, let's talk about the performance of this Psycommu system Zaku, which is both amazing and extremely inconvenient at the same time. First, the good things. The main weapon of this Psycommu system Zaku is the 5-barrel Mega Particle Cannon, and it hurts! Firing 10 shots from all 10 fingers at once, each trigger pull on this weapon can do up to 2000 base damage on full hit, just like the Zeon. But unlike the 550 general type, which can only fire them once in a while thanks to the 65% hit rate, the finger cannons on this Zaku only comes at a 35% hit rate, half of that on the Zeon. This means this Zaku can actually fire those cannons far more frequently, making it feel a lot more like the Brawl. On top of that, this weapon comes with 7% stagger per hit properly, and 2 volleys are enough to stop through maneuver armor. That's your main firepower and stagger, but on a new type mobile suit, we of course need some new type weapons. On this mobile suit, you have 2 such weapons, the wired Mega Particle Cannon side attack and the rear attack. The side attack launches the arms at the target enemy and fires twice before returning. Each shot actually has the same damage as the main fire mode, they only feel like less because the computer is struggling to hit moving targets. Despite that, you can still use this fire mode a lot because it has the longest fire range on this mobile suit, even longer than the main fire mode. The rear firing mode differs in that it has a shorter range and only fires once, but each hit does more damage and is quicker to use, making it a good finisher. Neither attacks come with any stagger accumulation, but that's not really a problem. Their biggest strength is simply in how they're a Psycommu attack. Once you've locked in, not only can your opponent do nothing about it, but you're also free to go anywhere you want, including going in for a 300% down attack. Despite only having fists and no feet, the down attack on this mobile suit comes with a 300% damage multiplier, making it a good source of damage when you don't want to heat up your beam cannons. There's just one problem. There must be nobody else around. While the down attack on this mobile suit hurts a lot and the range is surprisingly long, what's even longer is the recovery motion that you can't cancel out of. No, I didn't forget to fuss the cancel, it just takes that long before you can cancel. Because of this, it's impossible to follow up after your own down attack other than spending an emergency evasion, and even when you do so, you can only squeeze 1 volley on the main weapon and that's it. So instead of fighting like a traditional raid type, this mobile suit instead fights like the Kikeroga. with good movement both on and off thrusters, add on top the space compatibility and force injectors level 2 to give it almost endless thrusters, and you can zoom around as fast as Shalia Boo. Then with maneuver armor level 2, this mobile suit takes 20% less dagger accumulation while on thrusters. Get a good Psycommu lock on and release those wired arms, and there's nothing your enemy can do while they automatically chip away at the opponent. There's just one more problem. You can't use your main weapon doing all that, because this mobile suit has no high performance AMBAC. What? Yes, despite being space exclusive, this mobile suit has no AMBAC. This means we have a significant balancing motion after using thrusters, adding a huge opening without maneuver armor for our enemies to exploit. The only way to get around this is to use emergency braking, but even that doesn't allow you to fire much faster, so you can really only take care to not get hit during that motion. Using cover is the best way to do that, but if none is available, you can always just use the exceptional mobility of this mobile suit to get above, below, or even behind your enemy. The result is a playstyle that's really similar to the Kikeroga. Start with a Psycommu lock-on, then while your wired arms are doing their thing, slam on the thrusters to go around your target. At last, wait for your arms to come back and you can hit them with a full combo. Now that's a new type style attack. Finally, with our custom pass, there's really no need to add thrusters. There's more than enough on this mobile suit already. Instead, all our custom pass are put on ranged damage to make us hit even harder. Some base health to counteract the penalty from the range specialized program, and a bit of thruster overheat cooldown to get out of evasions faster. Score is settled with a clear lead, cruised to a win while we found out the hard way that space supporting fire lasts as long as the effect shows. That was the high mobility Psycommu system Zaku, and is genuinely as close as you can get to the Brawl Bro. This mobile suit doesn't just have similar wired beam guns, it's equally fast, equally unstoppable, and the firing interval on the main weapon, which doesn't take charging, just makes it feel way more overwhelming than the Zeong. The lack of AMBAC is little more than just a bit of a setback, but to be honest, it's probably the only thing keeping it from being broken. That's it from me today. Maybe not too bad if they let us fire those wired arms on thrusters, and the latest.